Hello, best friend, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a fabulous day. If this is the first time you're watching my channel, my name is Sebastian, and I welcome you guys with open arms, or should I say, how you doing? Listen, grab a snack and a drink, hit that subscribe button. We have to talk about Wendy Williams. Now listen, Wendy Williams is somebody that I absolutely loved. I've watched her since her 6-week kind of run before you get picked up for a full season. So you get like a 6-week test. And I followed her ever since that. I remember her doing after show videos for YouTube where you would follow her into her dressing room, and it was just like a fun time. So seeing how things are turning out right now and have been turning out for a while has been very, very, very sad. Her son, which if you know anything about Wendy, is her pride and joy. Her son is her everything. She on the show, she couldn't even talk about him without getting teary-eyed. Well, he finally spoke out about his mom, and he had quite a lot to say. So let's get to it. So basically, Kevin Jr. Claimed in a new interview that his mother's body does not process booze at the same rate that a normal person's body would. And they have spoken about it. He continues to say, I've said this is one thing where you don't know how to approach it normally, and that's fine. And it's gotten to the point where, yes, it could have that effect, that it might be fatal, because it affects her way worse than a normal person since it stays in her system. He continues to say that he is very worried for his mother's alcohol abuse, and whoever has been hired, they are taking advantage of someone who needs to get better. He continues to say that what's been made more important by the people around her is that while her health may not be great, she needs to keep on earning income. And in my opinion, that should not be priority at all. And whoever has been hired, they are taking advantage of someone who needs to get better. He took care of his mom from 2021 to 2022 in Miami, where he lives. He says that I feel that when it comes to people wanting to help her, a lot of it's coming from a stance of, okay, she's alone now. Let's try to see how we can make her act the way we want her to act, or if we can kind of control the rate at which she's handling herself. It's so sad. It is very sad because Kevin Jr. is her everything, like I mentioned, and this is like a sign of a public sign of, crying out. You know what I mean? He's definitely worried about his mom. Now, her jeweler turned manager blasted the college student's claims, telling the U.S. Son that the majority of Hunter's statements were false. He says, I was in Miami with Kevin. I forced him to have a conversation because he seemed a little disgruntled, seemingly referring to Hunter being evicted from his $2 million apartment last year after losing his mother's financial support. I spoke to him face to face 1000%. I was like, if there's a problem, let's talk. If there's an issue, let's have a conversation. Her manager added and said, there is so much here that is inaccurate. It's really not worth me commenting. We asked that the world continues to pray for the well-being of Wendy as she continues to recover from a very traumatic 2 years. Wow. I mean, we know that Wendy has been handling her Graves' disease. And there has always been talk about, her substance abuse. If you guys watched her movie on Lifetime that she herself directed, so it's not like it's somebody else's story, she herself told that story, you can tell, of course, she had a problem back in the day, and she handled, with a lot of different substances, and now, unfortunately, allegedly it's alcohol. I've seen this play out when certain entertainers are left alone, they automatically become prey by, I'm not saying it's this way, so I'm saying I'm in general, you know, don't want to get into any issues with anyone, but I've seen that a lot of people get taken advantage of. And in my opinion, I believe that Wendy Williams does not have the best people around her. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. I could have an opinion. I think that Wendy Williams, the videos that I've seen of her and paparazzi, and you know, she just looks completely lost. She looks like she's not herself at all. And it is very sad, and it is very scary to see Wendy kind of disappear. You know what I mean? Wendy Williams was such a strong, opinionated, well educated journalist, I would say. But towards the end, she would get facts wrong. She wasn't able to concentrate. She was saying these, you know, out of the blue, not great things. So there was a lot of things that you would see, like she's not the same as she once was before. Before, she was bubbly, she was happy, she was in control, she knew all the facts, she hardly got anything wrong. And of course, you're only human, and of course, you're dealing with a lot of things that maybe the public doesn't even know about. But you know, we've seen it with Britney. You know, Britney went through this, and where she was, in my opinion, surrounded by very hungry, you know, vampire-like, desperate human beings who just wanted to, you know, treat her like an ATM. And in my opinion, you know, she was forced to do a lot of things that, you know, she did not want to do, you know, and she was, you know, in my opinion, she was forced to be in a conservatorship. So I'm fearful, because we've seen it with Britney, that there's a situation like that with Wendy. And when you start getting separated from your family, and you start, you know, or you start kind of being a loner, and your friends don't show up, and you're not really seen in public, and then you have this shady person come out of nowhere, you know, being your manager. Same thing happened to Britney. You start getting like, girl, what is going on here, right? So when the team starts going, when the people around you start going, when regular faces start going, and there's a random person who wants to, like, you know, be your manager, you're like, girl, this is probably not going to end well. I wish Wendy well. I really do. I don't know her, of course, but from what I've seen on her show and on the after show or on interviews, she loves her son so much. And that is why I'm praying, hopefully their bond could break whatever is going on, and hopefully she can get the help she needs. And hopefully she has good people around her, you know? I mean, I hope so. I mean, I hope that I'm wrong, and I hope that she has the best people around her who support her, who love her, who want her to do well. But I just have a feeling that that's not the case. And some people really just see things as a big payday, and that's just very sad. So anyways, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Wendy, I'm praying for you, girl. I love you, and well, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.